Hey, what's up, guys? Now, here a while back, I released this video, Top 10 Hunting Scopes for 2024. Now, just as soon as I did, I had an absolute ton of guys ask me to do a very similar video, but try to keep all the scopes under $300.
You got it.
Let's start it off with what I think is probably the most popular hunting scope out there year after year. That's the Leupold VX Freedom. You can get this thing at 2 to 7, 3 to 9. There's a lot of different reticles available. It's a great price, and it is a top seller every single year. This thing has three things going for it that are huge. It's got the Leupold name, which will ensure that it holds its value. It's got the reputation that has been built over decades, and this scope is no different. And it's got the Leupold warranty. It's something that always killed me about Leupold and their warranty. It always said the best warranty you'll never need, and that's probably true. All right, the Burris drop time. Now, the reason this thing is on this list is because of the eye relief. It's got an eye relief of about 4.5 inches. So if you have a rifle setup that you're having a really hard time getting to the scope, it's just a little too far forward. A lot of the rimfires and single shots are like this. This is something definitely worth looking at. And Slash number 2 from Burris is the Burris spool field. That's another one that's just a really, really good one. I'm not a Burris fanboy, but when you're talking about under $300, both of these scopes are incredibly hard to beat. The Arken LH4 4 to 16. Now, I called a lot of bullshit from guys because I didn't include this in my original list, but the fact is I'm an affiliate for Arken. I don't just want to be all Arken all the time. I just hate watching YouTubers that only promote items that they've got a dog in the fight. But seriously, if you're looking for something that's kind of in the mid-power range or go up to the 6 to 24, you want great tracking, cap turrets, and a company you can count on along with some really good glass, make sure and check out the LH4. It's a really, really good scope. All right, the Tract 22 Rimfire. Now, don't let the word rimfire throw you off. I have one of these scopes on top of my 30-06 and it works great. It's lightweight, it's short, crystal ass clear, and it is a scope that says everything about it but cheap. There's nothing about this scope that feels cheap or looks cheap. It's a great, great lightweight scope. Now, I'm not trying to get struck by lightning by saying this, but the Vortex Crossfire 4 to 12 is just a good little scope. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a solid little offering from Vortex. Now, I know a lot of guys have told me, hey man, I think you may hate Vortex. That's not necessarily true. There's certain scope lines that Vortex has that I definitely don't like, but they're entry-level scopes. And when I say entry-level, I'm talking about this scope is a home run all the damn way. And it's really easy to find. All right, the Hawke Vantage scopes. This is another one that's available with several different magnifications and several different reticles. All of them will come in under $300. Great little hunting scopes. They're super bright. They've got some really cool reticles to choose from, illumination, non-illuminated, and they go down in power to where guys like me that hunt in the heavy timber can pick out something like a 2 to 7 to get a gigantic field of view. Every single year on my budget hunting scopes, this is on the list for a reason. The Hawke stuff is badass. The little Sig Sauer Buckmasters is another one that you don't hear anything about, but it's just a killer little scope. You can find it at your local gun shops. You can order it online and get it really cheap. There's a couple of different configurations, but every configuration will come in under $250 with some headroom to spare. It's just a great little scope. Now, you can move up to like the Whiskey 3s and find some of those for right at $300. But don't overlook the little Buckmaster. It seriously is a good buy. Now, this is my favorite one from Athlon in this price range, the Athlon Talos 3 to 12. Another one of these no frills, no bullshit scopes that you can mount on your rifle, take it in the woods, and you do not have to baby it, and you don't have to worry about it. It's a solid ass little old scope. All right, now I'm throwing one little extra out there because it almost makes the list. That's the SWFA Ultralight. Right now it's selling for $349. It comes in under 10 ounces, and to put that in perspective, it's about as heavy as a TV remote, and that is zero bullshit. Crystal ass clear, solid as a rock. I've seen this thing torn apart, and what it looks like on the inside, it is a beast. And there's a couple of different reticles to choose from. Do not overlook this scope, especially if you're wanting to build something as lightweight as possible, this is where I would start. The reason I say that, this is what's sitting on my Ultralight 7mm 08, and as you can imagine, I go through a shitload of scopes and I get to pick from a lot of them. This little SWF8 Ultralight, even though it was just over 300, I couldn't help but put it in here. Guys, thanks for watching. If you hadn't already, subscribe to my channel and look in the links below and you'll find some places you can get some discounts on these scopes that'll save you some money. And from a one-eyed fat boy, good luck this hunting season. I hope you knock down a hoss. See you guys.